Hey everyone, it's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It's Monday morning. Kind of a rainy, dreary day out there. It looks like it's still raining. I haven't been outside yet to see what the temperature's like, but dealing with some internet issues as there was power outage at the other end of town and it took the cable out and the internet, so I've been a little delayed putting this video together. But this is a Beatles from least to best as far as the rankings of their albums go. Doesn't mean that I hate any of these albums. I love every one of them that I have in my collection, but there are some that are better than others, but that opinion could change at any time because, as I said, individually they're all fantastic albums, and especially when you're getting up into the top, say, 5 albums, it was a hard choice to make. But I've hopefully done a pretty good job. If you disagree, that's cool. It's everyone's opinion, but and again, I'm not ranking these from best to worst. I'm ranking them from least to best. Least meaning maybe not as good as the best ones. So as I say, it was a hard choice to make. Before I get into it, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to try and put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. So and I'm missing, just to let you know, I'm missing a couple of albums from this collection, but mainly the stuff that I don't really consider studio albums, but I guess they are classed as studio albums. I'm missing Yellow Submarine, which would probably be number 13 on the list, and Magical Mystery Tour, which would be probably number 12. So number 11 I've chosen is Beatles for Sale. And again, this is a great album. I absolutely love it. It's got a lot of tracks on this album. It's got 14 tracks, some covers, mostly a lot of covers, and some originals. So the Beatles had just finished recording Please Please Me and With the Beatles and Hard Day's Night, the soundtrack to the movie, and they were tired. They had just finished recording all those albums, and they recorded this one in less than a year of recording all those others. So there were 4 albums basically in less than a year. So that was a lot of work for them. So they went into the recording studio tired, kind of worn out from being on the road. So they threw a bunch of covers together, which are great covers, and also some originals. What the covers do is actually highlight the great singing and playing of this band. You're talking about auto tunes from all these so-called bands in this day and age. Listen to the sound, listen to the recording, listen to the vocals, listen to the playing of these guys. They were fantastic at their craft. So it starts off with No Reply. And then I'm a Loser. And Babies in Black. Rock and Roll Music. I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight, Kansas City, 8 Days a Week, Words of Love, Honey Don't, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, and it ends with What You're Doing, What You're Doing, and Everyone's Trying to Be My Baby. So again, a great album. Not my favorite, but I'll take it. for sure. Next one on my list, and this is where the controversy maybe starts. I've chosen Let It Be. This is a remastered version of the album. This was their final release. It wasn't necessarily their last album, but it was their final released album. And they were kind of loose. They were kind of the production wasn't all that great. It sounds like a live recording, basically. Before I get into this one, I am also missing from the soundtrack to Help. That would have been number 10 on the list. So this is number 9, Let It Be. So it's a great album. It was their last album, so the production was kind of delayed. They delayed the album for about a year. It was kind of obvious that it was their last one. The song Let It Be kind of indicates, enough is enough, basically. It was loose, still sounded great. Some great tracks on this album for sure. It starts off with The Two of Us.
I Dig a Pygmy by Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aid.
As I said, they're just good in. They just went in and played. They weren't very serious about putting this album together, but it all sounds great, as I said. Dig a Pony. A lot of the songs just sound like they just plugged their amps in and sang. Across the Universe. Probably one of my favorite tracks of all time. I Me Mine by George Harrison. Dig It. The amazing Let It Be. Maggie May. I've Got a Feeling. One After 909. The Long and Winding Road. For You Blue. And ends off with Get Back. Excuse me. Again, just plugged their albums in and played, but sound great. So again, this was a hard one to choose because I do love this album, but there's better ones to come for sure. So next on the list is their debut album, Please Please Me. Again, a remastered version of this one. So, Please Please Me, it was recorded in less than 13 hours. Can you believe that this amazing album was recorded in less than 13 hours? Half a day almost. And it kind of sounds like it, but songs are rough and edgy, but still a great album. Their production obviously would improve as time went by in making their albums, but this was for a debut album, this was pretty awesome. So this one was number 8 on the list. So it starts off with I Saw Her Standing There.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So I'm just going to stop there for a second. Can you imagine bands today putting this type of album together that could actually sing and play like these guys? There's no others like them. Perhaps the Stones, and the Stones were a fantastic band as well. But these guys they all played, they all sang. They were fantastic musicians, and for this amazing production, is just wonderful. So I said I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, is next.
The world is treating me bad.
And to go to him. Chains. The Ringo song, The Boys. Ask Me Why.
I love you.
Please Please Me. Love Me Do. P.S. I Love
Write this letter.
You. Baby It's You. Do You Want to Know a Secret?
You'll never know how much I really.
A Taste of Honey.
A taste of honey.
There's a Place. And it ends with Twist and Shout. Made famous by the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So this was number 8 on the list. Number 7 on the list, their second studio album, with the Beatles. Again, could be number 1 at any time. Just happens to be number 7. Sorry, my doggies are bugging me here. So it's the vocals and the playing are amazing on this one. Their US version was called Meet the Beatles. This is the UK version with the Beatles. Some great originals, and not so many covers on this one, but a ton of great originals off of this one. So it starts off with It Won't Be Long.
It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And All I've Got to Do.
Whenever I close your
All My
eyes
Lovin'.
and I'll kiss you tomorrow, I'll miss
Don't Bother Me. Little Child. Till There Was You. Please, Mr. Postman.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Roll Over Beethoven. Hold Me Tight.
It feels so right now, oh.
You Really Got a Hold on Me. I Want to Be Your Man.
I wanna be your lover, baby. I wanna be your man.
Devil in Her Heart. Not a Second
Oh,
Time.
you make me cry.
And it ends with Money. Very mature sounding song, Money. But that one was number 7 on the list. Number 6 would have been A Hard Day's Night, the soundtrack from the movie. So we'll go with number 5, which is one of my all-time favorite albums. Again, from 5 on, this is hard. This is a difficult choice. It could have gone anyway, but you got to choose. So I chose Rubber Soul as a number 5. This album inspired a ton of artists like Brian Wilson, who went on to make Pet Sounds, one of their best albums ever. It's a wonderful album. It's just an amazing production, sound. The songs are tight. Again, one of my all-time favorite albums. Starts off with Drive My Car. Norwegian Wood. Just listen to the playing, it's just amazing. You Won't See Me. Nowhere Man. Time for Yourself. The Word. Michelle. Beautiful song. What Goes On. Girl,
Is there anybody going to listen to?
I'm Looking Through You. In My Life. Wait.
It's been a long time. Now
If I Need Someone. And Run for Your Life. Wish I could play the whole album. So this is where it gets hard. As I said, from 5 on. A lot of people rank this one as their number 1. It could go any day. Tomorrow could be number 1. Next week could be number 1. I rank this one at number 4. Fantastic album. And again, this was a hard choice, but I chose Abbey Road as number 4. So I have it in album as well. And I also have it in picture disc. So again, hard choice to make. But it was also their last album recorded by the Beatles. Even though it wasn't released as their last album. Let It Be was released as their last album. This was actually their last recorded album together as a band. And it's kind of sad. But some amazing songs off of this one. Starts off with Come Together. Hard Rock and Come Together. Probably one of George Harrison's most iconic songs, Something. Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Oh Darling. Ringo's Octopus's Garden. Because, and I love this, Because was just such an amazing song. You Never Give Me Your Money, beautifully sung by Paul. Sun King. Mean Mr. Mustard. Policy and Pam. She Came Through the Bathroom Window. Another beautiful song, Golden Slumbers. Carry That Weight. And it ends with The End. And a little ditty at the end called Her Majesty.
Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say.
Again, I wish I could play more, but I can't. So, that was number 4. Number 3, the epic White Album. There's a picture of the boys there. This was a masterpiece. It was mixed with huge contributions from all 4 band members. Sometimes the songs were messy, sometimes epic, filled with all their ideas. It had to be a double album because there were so many ideas, so many songs in there. Some great songs, some different songs. All of them fascinating and almost genius in production and the way they formed these albums, these songs together. But it was also kind of the beginning of the end for the band. It was everyone was at edge. Everyone was trying to go their separate ways. So it kind of shows in some of these songs as well. So it starts off with the hard rock and Back in the USSR. And then Dear Prudence. Glass Onion.
I told you about strawberry
Obla Di Obla Da. Wild Honey Pie. The continuing story of Bungalow Bill. George Harrison epic While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Happiness is a Warm Gun. Martha, My Dear. I'm So Tired. Blackbird. Piggies. Rocky Raccoon. Don't Pass Me By. Why Don't We Do It in the Road? I Will. Julia. Birthday. Your Blues. Mother Nature's Son. Everybody's Got Somebody. Sexy Sadie. Helter Skelter. Long, Long Time. Revolution 1. Honey Pie.
She was a working girl.
Savoy Truffle. Cry Baby Cry. Revolution 9. This is a weird song. And it finally ends with Good Night. Beautiful, beautiful ballad and a heart-wrenching song. So that's the White Album. That was number 3. Number 2, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They forged a masterpiece with this album. Paul McCartney heard the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds and wanted to put an album together to kind of top Pet Sounds, and they put it together for sure. It's a masterpiece of sound, texture, and melody. It was a different approach to mixing and making layers of instruments and voices together. It's never really been topped as far as its greatness. No one has come even close to putting this type of masterpiece together. So an amazing album. Again, could be number 1 at any time, and it is number 1 in most lists, such as Rolling Stones, that type of thing. But I put it number 2 in my list. Again, it could be number 1 at any time. This isn't a bad to worse. This is least to best. So it starts off with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the title track. I'll just push a little forward here. With a little help from my friends. Another Ringo Starr song. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Getting Better. Fixing a Hole. She's Leaving Home. Being There for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Within You, Without You. When I'm 64. Lovely Rita. Good Morning, Good Morning. And Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And it ends with A Day in a Life. An amazing... this is probably one of my favorites of all time. You have to listen to it to appreciate it. So, my number 1, Revolver. one of my all-time favorite albums by the Beatles. They stopped touring at this time, so they had all their creative ideas. They had time to put these together. They had creative freedom, and they produced an amazing album. It influenced a ton of artists to make a better album than they were making. Where Sgt. Pepper's was more complex, this is just a great fun album. It's just put together great. All the songs are fantastic, and it just sounds amazing. It's my number one, but again, any one of these albums could have been number one in any day, but I chose this one as my number one album by the Beatles. So it starts off with Taxman by George Harrison.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Eleanor Rigby. I'm Only Sleeping. Love You Too. They were just introducing the sitar sound as well. Here, There, and Everywhere. Ringo Starr's Yellow Submarine. She Said, She Said. Good Day, Sunshine.
Breaks, your mind aches, you find that all
Dr. Roberts. I Want to Tell You. Got to Get You Into My Life. And it ends with Tomorrow Never Knows. Again, a sitar heavy song. So that's it. That's my Beatles ranked from 13 to number 1. Of course, missing a couple of albums, but I think I have the main core of their existence. Please check out the Spotify list that I'll be adding to this as well. It's an amazing collection of songs. If you think differently, please let me know your top list of the Beatles albums that you prefer and love. Again, this is no means saying that one is better than the other. It's just the least to best, in my opinion, and that could change on a daily basis. So I hope you enjoyed. I know it was a long video, but please like and subscribe below. I greatly appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful day and take care. Bye bye now.